Hey, if anybody's interested in a property that's listed but not for sale by me, but I own it, like maybe we'll start a subscription package because somebody else is trying to sell my 5 acres, my land, and my nice new building. Pretty awesome. What could go right? So here's the question. What do? You show up after your 10-day trip helping your buddy move, and you go out to your property that you just built a $50,000 building on, and you check on everything, make sure it's good, and there's a for sale sign in front of it. And you weren't selling it. Not exactly the 2 days that I wanted to spend back home before I came to the mother-in-law's to help her move. So if you stick around, I'm going to tell you that story, and I'm going to tell you the 3 things that you really need to do if this happens to you, because this was a pretty easy fraudulent crime, and I could do it right now from my phone if I really wanted to, and I don't. So I called the company. They let me know that I could have it, come look at it. I let the receptionist know that this was going to be a problem because I already owned the property and I wasn't looking to sell it. So the receptionist said someone would call me back and let me know what was going on. Well, this is a new position for me. I'm bent over or leaning up against the truck, and today it kind of feels like that. So the gentleman called me back, and I'll be honest with you, he was kind of like, no, you have it for sale. You're selling it. You've signed the paperwork. And kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It was pretty off-putting, especially for a real estate agent. I guess he doesn't understand his job in the community when it comes to dealing with people in faith and trust. So I worked with them. I was not really pleased with much that they said. They didn't do any due diligence at all. They took a fake ID that was given to them from a fraudster with a bunch of bad information that was AI generated, and they listed my property with no verification of any sort, which is kind of scary. Once they realized that they weren't dealing with Bozo the Clown, they pretty much shut up and said, we can't give you any more information or tell you anything. They immediately went into defense mode once they realized that this was a fraudulent listing. And they looked at my YouTube and looked at the channel, and especially with me talking about this is going to be, our future home and developing it. What a glorious day so far. Well, it's 9 o'clock and I'm in the line at McDonald's to get my food because I missed dinner because I was at the police station and the sheriff's department to file all my reports and get everything ready for tomorrow to go and check my deed and make sure it's good and see how much information they have about me as they're trying to buy this property under my name or sell it. Lots of fun. So let's go over some of the steps that I did to kind of protect myself, because the real estate company was not interested in protecting me or helping me. And so I had to learn really quick what I needed to do. So this morning I went to the county courthouse and got certified copies of my deed. There was not a false deed or anything. They were literally, it seems like, just trying to use my identity. Most counties have a fraud thing going on now because it's so rampant. So I was able to go to an app, download it, put mine and my wife's name, the business name in it. And if any property transactions or anything of that nature happen with the county, then I'll get an email notifying me. So that's a good early indicator. The deed is what really is the thing that makes it more challenging if they get the sale done and the deed out of your name. Can still be reversible, but it's going to cost money and it's a pain. Then I went to the bank to make sure that there was no payoff requests or any transfer requests. And I put a note on my account saying if there is, to contact the loan department manager who has my number and will let me know. Great Bubba there. Third, I went to the title company that I closed with to just kind of have a conversation and see how common this is and the challenges with it. Oddly enough, the real estate agent wouldn't give me the title company that it was closing with under the current fraudulent deal, and it ended up being the same company. So realtor had talked to him 10 minutes before I walked in the door. They got to verify my ID, my retirement ID, all those things. And then we had a good conversation about what this looks like. And it basically, it dies on the vine. Nothing goes forward. Everybody there was properly notified, and we don't have to worry about this fraudulent transaction going through. Next, I'm going to a sign shop to get a sign made that says this property was fraudulently listed by these people, and it's not for sale because this is stressful and this sucks. The amount of non-sleep and hours stressing over this, and my neighbors talking about it, all these things, the calls that have been gotten, like, it's kind of silly, and I'm not very happy, and I'm stressed. Well, after a long, eventful day, I feel like we've done as much as we can. I've got the sign out on the property. I also put a couple no trespassing signs, a couple other sneaky booms in the background. So if somebody comes out here and wants to be nosy, get on the property or whatever the case is, they will be alerted and I will be alerted. And that would be interesting and fun. So we're going to have a question of the day. How responsible should the real estate company be for making a listing for someone out of town? I mean, should they get just a driver's license that clearly was AI generated? And the guy's ugly. He doesn't even have a good beard. Is this something that they should just rely on the title company to flush out? Or should they be doing more due diligence? I mean, there was some pretty silly stuff. On the ID that was given, the eye color was black. I don't know. I would love to know the percentage of the American population where their eye color is black. The other part, my birthday wasn't right. And the signature, there's no way that it could have been my full name because it had Y's and my name doesn't have a Y. So I'm trying to look at both sides of this. I mean, yeah, I get it. I'm a victim to some degree. Is the real estate company a victim? I think they're a self-proclaimed victim, probably because it's their fault that they didn't do the checks and balance. I did see the driver's license that the Bubba had. I've never owned a driver's license in that state. The signature does not match the deed, and that's concerning. And they also have an app that they can go on and check phone numbers and verify people's information. A friend of mine actually said that they have too much information, but we're not going to debate that today. They did not do that. When they pulled up the fraudulent member's number, nothing came up. When they pulled up mine, they saw a local address and my name. I think right now the most frustrating thing is they were pretty nonchalant about it last night. Like, he made a phone call. He said, yeah, I talked to the agents. And then he kind of ghosted me and said, I can't give you anything until I talk to the cops or I talk to the title company. And the interesting thing is I got there to the title company 15 minutes after he talked to him. Then when I went to go sit in the truck after I was done talking to them, he called me and gave me all the information that I asked for. And he hadn't talked to the police at all. So I'm assuming he talked to his lawyer, maybe the title company, and felt good about that. But I'm not happy with the amount of customer service that I got. After all, I am a client, evidently. But I'm not happy with the level of customer service for a company that is supposed to be people-based. I mean, if you think about it, they don't sell homes, like they sell relationships. If they're not going to take care of someone who literally has their identity in the wind. Literally, I was like, hey, man, I don't know what they have on me, this fraudster. Do they have my social? Do they have, my date of birth? Do they have this? Do they have that? And he literally was not willing to give me anything until he talked to the cops. Man, are they just there for the good times? Just to collect a paycheck? Or are they here for the community? That would make me question and wonder that. I hear they have a great reputation in Lufkin. I will tell you, I'm not impressed by any means. I couldn't recommend them to anyone. Man, we're in small rural Texas. Like, you got to take care of people. I wonder if people are so used to this and they don't know what the standard should be. It almost puts me in a position, if you don't do anything about it, it's going to happen again to other people. And that's not cool. And I don't know if I can let that pass. Standards are what you allow. And this isn't a standard that I want to have in a community that I live in. And nobody else should want it either. Should I push the issue beyond just being happy that I don't have to go through the hassle of paying money to get my property back and that it died on the vine? I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. That was not exactly the 2 days that I wanted to have at home. I wanted to spend time with my family and I didn't want to be as stressed out because that's uber stressful. AJ was uberly worried and she was stressed out as well. Kind of feel like my time and my peace got stolen with the 2 days that I did have at home. And I'm still worried about it. And AJ's still worried about it. we have to take time out of our day every day to go out to the property and look at it now and make sure that nobody else is trying to sell it, which is pretty sad news. As always, I really appreciate the support. It's kind of a crazy month, and that's no excuse. I know it's not what everybody signs on for. Really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, share, comment, send it to a friend. It really helps the channel and support us in doing what we're doing. After all, this is really about the adventure. It's about the adventure of what the next chapter and the next phase is. Let me know if you want to hear the final outcome. I think I'm going to have to wait for the police report, and it's not going to be a short process, I'm sure. I really hope when I actually get back home, I won't find it with another for sale sign in the property. But it seems to be a going rate. Just live through it and get through it as we can. Doesn't mean it's any less stressful. Just means it's something we got to overcome and do. So do me a favor. If someone hasn't told you this week already, make the day you deserve. They should just be the middleman and no responsibility from the broker on any part to make sure people are trained or they have processes in place so that fraud can't occur via them, whether they know about it or not. What do you think? I'm interested. Let's hear it. So that's kind of where we're at.